They said, okay, if you support the guy, you know, we're all for you.
If this ordination takes place, we are contemplating of dissociating ourselves with the association.
Did your 40-some families get together to write this letter?
The council decided that. And I have expressed my views to the conference minister that as long as he has that kind of, that caliber of people in the association, I cannot certainly attend or associate myself with them in the association meetings.
What do you mean by that caliber?
Well, people like Johnson and declared homosexuals.
The entire church, I think, will have to go through this kind of a struggle if the church is really to come to the point of receiving all men into the body of Christ.
I asked him that you just said that homosexuality is a gift of God. Do you consider a prostitute's life and her sexuality as a gift of God? And if she came to you to be ordained, are you willing to consider it seriously and ordain her to the ministry? He paused for a few seconds and then said,
I know a lot of heterosexuals who go to houses of prostitution. I know a lot of homosexuals who are prostitutes. I know some heterosexuals who are prostitutes. I would have to take my stand in saying that it's not within me to make a judgment upon those people. Their primary responsibility lies in their relationship with God. In terms of my relationship to them as an ordained minister of the church, I believe the style of Jesus Christ himself gave us the answer to that question.
My question to you is this: would you be willing to forego the personal pleasure of practicing homosexuality in order to receive your ordination and proceed normally with your Christian ministry?
I hear you asking the question of celibacy.
The question could be so interpreted, depending entirely upon the individual.
Mr. Mitchell, I am asking, is the United Church ready to affirm my call to the ministry and ordain me to the ordained ministry? I cannot take the vows of ordination without having done what I have done, which is to be fully honest and try to approach the altar with integrity.
All right, at this point we will vote by roll call on whether or not to ordain Bill Johnson. A yes vote says he will be ordained, a no vote says he will not be ordained. Now, is there any question in anybody's mind about how that'll go? Okay. It's a majority vote required to ordain.
Tom Walton. Yes. Kenneth Ross. Yes. Victor Morgan.
My name is Howie Blitz. I'm chairman of the Board of Deacons of the Congregational Church of San Mateo. We are not ready in our church to adopt an anything-goes attitude. We don't believe that this is in our Christian tradition, especially when homosexuality is being flaunted before us in this context of church leadership. While no one questions the rights and the qualifications of Bill Johnson, nevertheless it needs to be said that we might wish Bill Johnson loved the church more than he loves himself. I'm called to proclaim that which is against nature and God is also against the church. And I would call upon Bill Johnson to withdraw from the collision course in which he has enjoined us, that he may be free to better serve in the harmonious application of his many talents in this wide world of need other than in the ministry.
Donald Stewart. Yes. Francis Geddes.
Yes. I feel that it is important that we have him in this conference to show that we can include people who are different, but who have the same goals of love and the Spirit of God. I would say that the Spirit of God really shines from Bill in his work and in his personhood.
Bob Kersey. Hugh Rayner. Philip Anderson. Reverend Von Bediken.
I'm feeling that we will have a positive vote today. If it is not positive, I don't think that's an invalidation of my criteria as to how the decision will be made. It will simply be that I underestimate the ability of people to really move with faith into the future.
He doesn't have a call from a true church. And this again is a precedent. We have set a new precedent here. He doesn't come in under the normal procedure that most young men have to do, which is have a call from a particular church.
I disagree with the premise that you consider the issue and not the person. Bill Johnson is qualified far beyond most of the ministers that I have come in contact at conferences and meetings.
You, again, are using personality. And
I
don't think we denied Bill himself as being a very challenging personality, and it took a lot of guts to come out against the entire Christian community and say, I am this.
He did not come out against the entire Christian community.
I don't think we should discuss personalities. I don't think that's the point here. I think the point is that we should divide it because you're setting a very dangerous precedent. And the next homosexual who comes along and wants to be ordained to the ministry may not be any Bill Johnson. And then how can you discriminate?
Won't be ordained.
Number of total possible voters in the association, 151. Number of eligible voters present, 96. Number of ballots cast, 96. Number of votes yes, 62. Number of votes... Number of no votes, 34. The ordination is ordered for June 25th. You will get notice in the mail as to its program.
We're in the process of saying our yes. You're in the process of saying your yes. You have learned that to choose life means to choose persons. And so I charge you, Bill Johnson, to remember, to continue to choose life means to choose authenticity. And to somehow be authentic to both the United Church of Christ and that community, and your gay brothers and sisters, who you have already been loyal and faithful to. And so, Bill Johnson, I charge you to choose life. Remember what you have learned and to be who you are.